Hey, what's up? This is Sane, and I'm doing a part 4 of my tutorial. And let's just jump right into it. So we're gonna do like a better FPS. And yeah, Trials is trash, by the way. I wrote that on the screen because if you group anything in groups, then it just fucks up. So if I delete this group right now, well, it doesn't, but if you go into groups and save a bunch of scripts in groups like I do, it just crashes and it's bad. So this is a first-person gun I made. You can probably get overwhelmed or not. This is the professional part of the tutorial. So if you want to make FPSs, you just gotta get good. Make great FPSs. These are my bullets. That's for fire, and this is for force, and then ball. And then we're gonna use another 3 points of contact, which I could, where I could find oh, they're right here. Those invisible areas right there. Each one corresponding with a certain door. So yeah. So yeah. So pretty much each door is going to open with a certain ammo type. And that's what the Metroid Prime map I did. This is the code here. It's the same thing for the other one. And the same thing for the other one. And this is a portal system up here. And these are some collectibles I made. Self-casting shadows already in the game. Alright, for each one of the collectibles there. This is the same OP we made in the first tutorial. This is the same thing here, but this is like different sound events for different areas. This is the exact same thing we set up for the jumps. They're just laid out differently. And yeah, we'll just go from there. These are the menu systems I made. Menu system up here, and this is the menu code. So you guys already know what to do. So pretty much what I did here is I said off for this one, on for this one, on for this one, and on for this one, off for this one, and the last one has to be off for both. And once you do that, you can create a system. You guys already know what to do here, as I taught you in the last tutorial. So this is a menu system that I made with different button combinations. This is on Xbox now. This is the start menu. And so forth. And so forth. So yeah. So this is a node animation. For like custom AIs. And just the script that I used is here. Could follow what I did here. Shout out to Jonah, Xbox Live, for the Trials RedLynx forms. And he kind of showed a tutorial there, so I learned from him. And this is the checkpoint tutorial. That's linked to a resizable 500 kilometer thing, but this is not 500 kilometer anymore. And then we're in this tutorial, we're going to work on this first person. We have a gun that's going to be turned on and off. We don't want to hide this gun. We just want to put this gun in certain parts of the level. For now, we want to do an OPE divider so we can hide the gun anywhere. Hide it below us. So instead of like hiding it, we're going to try to use the add addition for the following OPE, so the y-axis, and use a state value event, a set value event to minus or subtract the gun on the fly when you do cutscene. So right here I got a cutscene thing, so I can hide my gun. So we're gonna look at my gun right here. It's 290, and then we could make it opposite of that. So when we go into cutscene mode, we're going to access a different camera, custom camera, and then we're going to just say 0, and then back to 290 when the cutscene is over. And then we got to do a delay. Don't touch favorites, or the game will crash. I don't know why. So after 1 second, it will go back to default position. So that's how you do camera event. We can have this like -10. We can go underneath the map. So yeah. And this gun will also go underneath the map as well as the camera. But it doesn't matter because it's an instant. So it doesn't really matter. So we're going to do here the same thing applies with the buttons. You go from side to back. Same thing here and same thing here. So these are shoot buttons, and these are the emitters on and offs for each emitter. So this is the button cycle, I think. Okay. And every time you press this button, it's going to fire a certain effect and a sound. These ones up here don't matter. I don't know why I have them here. So it's going to fire effect and a sound. And then these same buttons over here is going to shoot the invisible bullets. The circular one, the triangular one, and the other circular one for the different doors. And then these are just going to turn on and off the emitters. And then, yeah, they're just going to play. So on is on is on, and off is off, and off is off. It's the same thing applies to all of these. And over here is where you cycle through the different weapons. So, off is off, off is off. So we're going to say off is off here, and off for these two. And then off over here. It's going to be off here, and off for these two. And off over here. It's gonna be off for these two, off for these two, and off for this 4. And then on. It's gonna be on for this one, on for this one, and on for these two. You kind of get the picture, right? And this on is gonna turn on this, on that, and on those two. And now to work a double functioning trigger, it's gonna go on for the original starting position, on for here, and on for these two. And then the string is gonna turn the fire, electric, and shock. Change the colors of the different weapon layouts. Make certain stuff turn on and off, visible on and off. Set values on and off, set values on and off, and things on and off. So this one's not really a detailed tutorial, but it's kind of a detailed tutorial because you should already know this stuff. Because I walked you through in part 1 and in part 2. Part 3 was more like you already know what to do, and then part 4 is where it gets advanced. So this is my Metroid Prime FPS. This is what I did here. So the triggers in the back are the effects, because the effects have no collision. The triggers in the front are going to have collision. And remember, if you put them too close to the back of the rider, then they're going to collide with the rider. So you got to keep that in mind. So this is a physical bullet system. You can do it a different other way with a fancy physical system and a how do I say some area triggers. Well, not area triggers, but like this area effects and directional force. This is, and then these are color events where you can turn colors on and off in a certain value. So this is my colors I choose. This is going to be yellow, and then purple, and then blue, and then red. So we're going to give it a test. I'm going to save first. So this is the final part. I didn't want to leave it on that stupid FPS gun that I made at the end of part 3. So we're gonna leave it on this. So menus, you see? Move, camera, invert X, invert Y, FOV, zoom ×3 plus resets. Shoot gun, double jump, visor hints, gun swap. Spam to shoot open doors, collect items for score, solve puzzles, find the finish, stuck. Follow my YouTube's The Master 9000, Saints Custom Designs for 100% map guides. So when we cycle through LB, we're gonna have the regular one. We're gonna have the red one. We're gonna have the bluish purple one. So when we press this button, we're firing bullets. You see? Make sure the bullet firings are at 100 milliseconds on press and then on release. Same thing with the fire. Same thing with the electricity. There's our jump. We're going to test out this one. We press the Y button for the visor, and then there's a visor we're going to see. We pick up these collectibles, they're going to give us points. This one's 10, this one's 20, this one's 5, and this one's 100. We get 135 and 4. Going up hills is the same. Now we can climb this faster. It's really good. Also a teleporting system. And yeah, that's how you make it. Now we're going to show you the FOV stuff. Is up here. So it's the same thing applies here. You have an FOV tied to each of FOV camera. Okay. And then you're going to say a standard FOV is 57, then 37, and 47. Because it makes sense. 57, 47, 37. 57, 47, 37. You see what I'm saying? So it goes in that order. So the next one is, so right now it's 57. Then it goes to 47, then 37, then back to 57. But that order works. And this is the camera event that I used for the different camera for night vision goggles. And there's actually a camera filter that I used. And I think it's under visual settings. One of these presets. Forgot which one it was. Just gotta play around and find the right one to match mine. And these turn, and remember, after you do a camera setting, this is gonna reset. You know? So it's going to reset all the emitters. So when you reset all the emitters, then it should be fine. So we're selecting 2 camera inputs and 2 sound sources. I don't know what the again, the effects are for hints. So I never did the map yet because Trials Fusion is kind of horrible. When they save the fix issues and the group issues, then I'll start making maps. But until then, I'm Saint the Legend, and I'm going to wrap up my FPS tutorial. Hopefully this advanced little tutorial, little walkthrough, can help you improve your FPS stuff. Remember, I'm making a futuristic FPS. If you want to make a realistic FPS with more detail, then it requires more tweaking. So I mean, I showed you the fundamentals of creating an FPS in part 1, how to make it all connected and move. Part 2 is the gravity system. Okay? And the jump button. Part 3 was like a flimsy way of an FPS. And then part 4, I show you how to do a portal system. Kind of. FOV. Camera, menus, even an AI motion, an entire FPS advanced system, and changes colors, the bullets, how it corresponds to each door, collectibles. There's a lot that I put in here. But to wrap up this video, I'll show you what I did to the portal. This is a following FPE. The size is obviously the invisible wall. We're going to set the size to 130. This is the checkpoint that's going to be following the rider. This one. The one that's going to be on the ground is this one. The one with the number, active portal. Make sure you link the active portal to one of these. And then you could select different surfaces. Make sure the collision is off. So the collision is going to be tied to the invisible wall down on the bottom. And then we're going to say this is the physics type. This is the abled. And this is the physics type. So physics type, abled, so it's on. Then after 50 milliseconds, it's going to turn off the abled and turn off the, it's going to turn off the abled and turn off the collision. And then the active portal up here. That means you could have like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You're going to link all these and make sure they're active portal. And pretty much what's going to happen is you make sure that you have another one here. And say link. That's going to be number 1. Never mind, it doesn't work. So in the Trials evolution editor or rising editor, it just doesn't work. In Trials Fusion, you could have done that. But in this one, it doesn't work. So the best way to do it is just make one portal with several ins and then one out. So you're gonna have like, you're gonna have to do this multiple times. Yeah, so that's how you make respawns. Alright, that's it. I'm Saint Legend, and that's the end of my FPS tutorial. I'll be making this FPS when Trials Fusion's fixed. But until then, I'm going to try to 100% the campaigns. Go through all the extreme tracks and the ninjas, because I'm really good at the game. And probably get all the trophies for sure. And when the patch is fixed, I'm going to live stream my Unravel track on PS4 to YouTube. And then I'm going to do the first-person Metroid Prime map of the ice level again on Xbox One to YouTube. Those are the only 2 maps. If you want to see more maps and more logic, visit my Twitch, and I do everything there. So I'm Saint Legend. Later.